Hello, you guys. I'm Carlos. I'm here today with two of my favorite people in the whole world, Chanel and Tyler. But we're gonna know everything about what they do here in a minute. But before we start, I want to invite you to like, subscribe if you're seeing this on YouTube, or like us and subscribe us as well in Spotify or Apple, and follow us so that we can spread the word. And please pass it to all your friends and everybody who is maybe interested in the work that is done through the Methodist Church in the Annual Conference in Oklahoma. And that's a long way to get in there, isn't it? Well, as I said, I'm here today with two of my favorite people, and they work very hard in your behalf. And sometimes probably you have heard them more than you have seen them through the phone or receive an email for sure if you're in the leadership of the church. But probably you have, if you ask for their names, you know somebody in your church may know them, about them, know of them, or have talked with them, or actually meet them in some sort of function of the district. So why don't we start with Chanel, who you want to introduce yourself and tell the good people of Oklahoma who are you and what you do for us.
I am Chanel Burdex. I'm the Central District Administrator, and I work directly with Dr. Ken.
And I'm Tyler Lippe, and I work for the Southeast District, and I work directly with Reverend Dr. Sonia Toby.
Great. And well, this is a joyful season, right?
Oh, it's so joyful.
I know that all of our colleagues and brothers and sisters in the local congregations are what we call a church conference season, right?
Yes.
And it's a joyful time,
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
Yes, paperwork is joyful. Yes, yes. Woo-hoo-hoo. Well, but in all seriousness, I know that paperwork and filling seems to be like tons of data and putting things in there, mind-numbingly things in those reports that we need to do. I know that it could be exhausting. However, why all this paperwork is important? Why is important? Why to do it? And just that's it. Why is important?
Church conference is important. It's a time for the church to reflect on where they've been, where they're at currently, and where they're going as a congregation, and just kind of in general, where are they at in their walk with Christ at that time. And while the paperwork is very tedious, it's repetitive in some ways. It's paperwork that you've done throughout the year. It's very important because it helps paint the picture and give an idea to the DSs, to cabinet, to the bishop. Where is that church at spiritually, financially? How are they involved in their communities? Where is there room for growth, and where are they doing really well? Where can we use this church as an example to others of, hey, this is working really well? And where is it, oh, you can reach out to this church to get an idea of how to do that better. So it's just a way to connect the churches with the conference a little more.
Yeah. And to know what God is doing in their midst and their blessings that they've been for the community. Yeah, thank you for that. All right, so church conference, paperwork. So who receives all these church conference information, paperwork, news, whatever they need to do in the local congregations? Because maybe people, it is maybe the first time that they are seeing a church conference. And so I'm supposed to receive this paperwork? So who is receiving these paperwork in the local church?
So for the clergy assessments and the local church profiles, those are emailed directly to the SPRC chair. The SPRC chair typically will print them off, share them with everybody so they can put their input in, and then that person will input that information back into the system for us. The charge conference documents or form by that's typically sent over to both the church email and the pastor, but it can be located on your dashboard. So if you are a person that accesses the charge conference paperwork, if you're a person that's in charge of doing that and you cannot get into your church's dashboard, please do reach out to your DA so we can assist you with getting in there and you can get that taken care of.
Great. So, and we have, you are two representatives of two different districts, but we have a DA, a district administrator, for every single district. So, and we will have the information around somewhere here so you can see who is your district administrator of your district, correct? All right, great. All right, so we're moving right along. Okay, so say you are filling this paperwork and you hit a bump. Say, oh, I don't know how to answer this question. I don't know how to do this. So who in the local church, these persons who are, brothers and sisters who are filling this paperwork, need to reach out to if they feel that they found a roadblock?
So I would say the first place to really start is to kind of look at which question it is. So if it's something to do with maybe membership, you're going to talk to, maybe you have a membership secretary, or maybe you have an administrator there that takes care of all that. You're going to go to them. Financial questions, of course, you can go straight to the finance committee, but if your church has a financial secretary or something like that, you'll start there. SPRC questions, so any question related to staff, that's going to go straight to the SPRC chair. And of course, your pastor can help you with all of these things, but we encourage you not to put everything on your pastor's plate, as they are having to fill out other forms on their own. And then, of course, if you have a question and you just don't know who to go to at your church, you can always reach out to your DA, and we can help you figure out that answer out.
I like that. There is always a safety net. If nothing
Right.
else, call the DA.
Safety net.
If nothing else,
Yes.
DA.
Yeah.
Reach out.
The DA. Okay. In your work, because you've been doing this for now a little while, which we are really grateful that you guys doing this. What is the most common questions that you receive when people are, seeking for help, and that they will be maybe helpful for folks that are listening right now and paying attention to us?
I'll start. We can bounce back and forth. I'll say one of the number one things that we get, if there's paperwork, if we are requesting a form to be filled out, or I think really just a form to be filled out, all of that can be located on the home page under files. Everything is linked there. Every form, if we ask you for it, it is going to be located under files. There's a hyperlink. If you click on it, it'll open that form for you. That's just one less thing that you have to ask your DA for, because that information is already there.
The other one that I get, that I've gotten at least a lot this year, is who is in charge of filling out which portions of it? And the answer to that is it varies. Some churches, the pastor fills out everything in the charge conference forms. In other churches, it's the secretary, and some it's actually spread out amongst several folks. It just by the section, different areas. But one of the questions that I've gotten a few times is who needs to fill out the clergy assessment? Like Chanel mentioned earlier, that's SPRC. But the SPRC needs to, once they have completed their assessment, they need to meet with the pastor and go over it before they submit it. And that's a step that a lot of people forget to complete. Another one that I get is, do we have to upload the entire insurance policy? Yes. But the thing you have to realize is that the 300-page document that they get from their insurance is not all the policy. The first maybe 10 pages are usually the policy, and after that it's explaining what's in your policy, why is it your policy, why is this good, bad, and different. So it's really only the first 10 pages we need. Please do not upload a 300-page document.
All right. Sounds like a whole treaty.
Yeah. I think going back to the basics again, a lot of people will reach out and say, hey, where are my charge conference forms? Again, that's a dashboard. So your church's dashboard, if you don't know what that is, you don't know how to get in there, please do reach out to your DAs, because that is very important for you to be able to complete those forms. If you don't know how to get in there, just reach out to us.
So the dashboard, so not everybody in the congregation has access, right? So who will be that person or persons who will be able to say, I need to get access to my dashboard?
Typically the church secretary, an admin or assistant to the pastor, and sometimes even the pastors need that information. Anyone past that really should be asking one of those people to just print those forms off so that you can complete your portion of it, but everyone does not need access to it.
Right. Good to know. So that maybe I is supposed to be doing something, and I don't know, just talk to the administrator, your pastor, and if everything fails, call the DA.
Yes.
When in doubt, call the DA.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else with the common questions, the Q&A? I mean, the more frequently asked questions. Thank you.
I would say another really big one, and just one that people overlook sometimes, I can't submit my forms. How come I can't submit my forms? Well, a lot of those things are mandatory. So if there is a question that's unanswered that's mandatory, you may need to go back and fill that in. Sometimes within the form bite, there are multiple forms. So in the clergy assessment and local church profile, if you complete the local church profile but not the clergy assessment, you cannot submit the form. You have to complete both of the forms within the form bite to be able to submit. So same with charge conference, you're going to have to complete everything under that charge conference, as well as answer the parsonage questions. Yes. Whether you have one or not, you still have to go in and mark no. Once you mark no, you'll be able to move forward and you'll be able to submit.
Yeah, the parsonage review is honestly the easiest of the form bites, especially if you don't have one, because it's one question. Do you have a parsonage? No. done. Look at that. It's finished. But that does lead, what she was saying is, another section is where we get that a lot is the second mile giving. So giving to, like Skyline and some of those ministries extra. If you don't put a 0 there, it thinks you're not answering it. So even if you're not giving or you're not intending to give at the moment or you don't know what you're going to give, just go ahead and put a 0 just ahead of time. Otherwise, it's going to stop you from being able to submit it.
I see. Yeah. Good to know. Good to know. All right. So just to wrap up, and as I say, I want to thank you guys on behalf of the conference, to you, all DAs, and please pass the word to all the DAs, that all the wonderful job that you guys do. So how can DAs be of assistance to folks in local congregations? I mean, you've been answering that question already, but if there's anything more in particular that you want to say about that, how can you guys be of assistance?
I mean, like you said, we are kind of the safety net, but I also see us as the DAs and the DSs specifically, but we are the connection between the local church and the conference. So most of the time we are kind of that front line between the two, and in all honesty, a lot of the churches know us more than they know most other people in the conference, and so they're more comfortable with us and asking us questions or asking us for help. So I would say that we're kind of the go-to outside of the church for those questions. As well as, hey, who do I need to contact to figure this out, or where can I go to get these information in charge conference season and without? We the DAs I'm not needing to toot our own horns, but we do a lot for them, and and it's an honor. I would I'll shout out the other 3 that aren't here is Diane Bull in the North Central, Brenda in the Northeast, and Heather in the West. Those are all your DAs. So if you don't know who your DA is, of course, just try to reach out. It's all found on the website too. But make sure you ask us questions. We're not scary people. We'll help answer anything we can.
Just a little, just to add on to being the bridge. If you feel like you are missing information or you want information, reach out to your DA or your central district email, or sorry, not your central district, I'm central district, but your district email in general. You can reach out and see if you can get added to the newsletter. Again, your DAs are typically the ones sourcing that, and so you're going to get a lot of your information, past and future, in that newsletter, and that will kind of help you, whether it be to reach out to your pastors or your DA. You can probably get most of your information there.
That's true. The newsletters are also a very good source of information. Like right now, and I think in at least a few of them, there's help on getting insurance. Insurance is a big issue right now for churches and being able to afford things. And so there's Insure in most of our newsletters right now. There's links to that are able to help you find the best insurance, answer questions, and help you price it. So that's a big part of the charge conference form. So that's a good place to find the help.
Awesome. And again, if you have any questions, contact your DAs. Well, thank you again for all you guys do. It's as I said, on behalf of the conference, thank you, because you do a lot, and I can see it from the behind the scenes, right? That I can see it from here what they're doing, and we get to have lunch together most of the days, and I can get a catch up on what they're doing. So anyway, as I said, if you have any questions, contact them or your district administrator in each of your districts, and they will be happy to help you. So, is there any last word that you want to say?
Thank you, guys. Thank you for being patient with your DAs during the charge conference season. We appreciate you guys just as much as you appreciate us. Be patient with us, but also reach out to us if you need anything.
I agree. Yes.
That's a good word. All right. Peace, and see you soon.